Hi there. Have you ever wondered how computers know what to do? Like, when you press a button on your game controller, how does the computer know that that means to make your character jump? Or maybe if you type the word dog into a Google image search, how does it know to go look for pictures of dogs? Let me tell you, it's because a computer programmer told the computer what to do. A programmer writes detailed instructions in a special language called computer code. The set of directions that the programmer writes is called an algorithm. Can you say algorithm? That's right. All algorithms start with an input. That's the thing that causes the computer to start to follow the directions. When you push a button on a game controller, that's an input. When you press a button on a keyboard, that's an input. You're telling the computer that you want it to do something. You want it to start following the directions or the algorithm that the programmer wrote. The computer follows those directions and it does it super fast. And then after it's done following the directions, then you see the output. Let me explain it again. You press the button on your controller. The computer follows the algorithm super fast, and then your character jumps. That jumping is called the output. Or maybe on your tablet, you typed in the word dog and pressed enter on your image search. That's the input. The computer inside your tablet follows the directions really fast, and then you see dog images. That's the output. Computer programmers have to work really hard to write good algorithms that the computers follow. Sometimes they write the wrong commands and it doesn't work. That's called getting a bug. And then the programmers have to think and they have to search and they have to rewrite the algorithm. They have to rewrite the code. Programmers spend a lot of time finding the problems and fixing the problems in computer code. It takes a lot of patience and perseverance to be a computer programmer. But you know what? We think like computers too. We follow patterns and directions all the time. Like when you get a new game, you have to read the directions so you know how to play it. Or maybe your mom has a schedule that you follow for the day. You look at the schedule and you do the thing that you're supposed to do at each time throughout the day. Last night, I followed directions. I took out a cookbook and I followed directions and I made, let me take them out. I made cookies for my family. But you know what? The biggest difference between the intelligence that God gave me as a human, as I'm made in his image, and a computer is that I can make changes and I can solve problems as I go. Like last night, I was following the recipe in this book. And you know what? There was an ingredient that I didn't have. If I was a computer, I would have just stopped it right there and I would not have been able to make the cookies. And somebody would have had to fix it. But because I'm a human and I have intelligence that God gave me, I was able to substitute and put in another ingredient as I went, and I didn't have to stop. The other thing that I did is that I thought, I want to be creative with my cookies. And instead of making just normal peanut butter cookies, I'm going to add chocolate chips because I like them. And even though they're not in the recipe at all, and they were delicious. A computer would not have done that. Computers aren't creative. They're not even really smart. They're just obedient. They do what the programmer tells them to do. But God gave us a creative mind because we are a reflection of Him. He's a creative God. Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to start paying attention to the algorithms in your life. When you see instructions that you follow, you go, that's an algorithm. When you follow a recipe, you go, that's an algorithm. And I want you to follow an algorithm and then tell me about it. Maybe you make a recipe with your mom And I want you to take a picture of you and your mom making that recipe together and then send it to me. Or maybe you and your family play a game together and you look at the instructions. I want you to send a picture of you guys playing a game. But I will tell you, there's lots of algorithms that you follow every day and you don't even realize it. So share those with me, and I can't wait to see all of you guys following algorithms.